Winter, 1775. George Washington stands outside Boston with an army and almost completely outgunned. The British hold the city. They have cannons, ships, fortifications, everything. And the Americans? They have hope. And one overweight bookseller who's about to do the impossible. Henry Knox wasn't a soldier. He ran a Boston bookstore. But inside that store, he devoured every book on artillery he could find. He understood cannon math better than most generals understood their own orders. So when Washington needed artillery, Knox stepped forward and said, "Sir, I'll get them." Washington blinked. This was not the volunteer he expected, but he nodded, and Knox's insane mission began. Knox traveled to Fort Ticonderoga, a freezing ruin deep in New York, and stared at what the Americans had captured: 59 massive cannons, mortars, and supplies, nearly 60 tons of metal. He needed to drag all of it 300 miles through mountains, valleys, forests, and frozen rivers. In December, with oxen and enthusiasm, Knox wrote in his journal, "God is marvelous in protecting me." As they crossed the Berkshires, the weather turned vicious. Sleds cracked, roads vanished. Cannons slipped down icy slopes, nearly crushing the men guiding them. At one point, a cannon almost slid off a cliff, and Knox sprinted after it, throwing his whole body into stopping it. Somehow, impossibly, he did it. People later asked him how. Knox said he didn't know. Adrenaline, faith, or maybe he just hated losing in general. Then came the Hudson River, half frozen, half deadly. They loaded the cannons onto boats. The boats nearly sank due to the weight, and the ice cracked beneath their feet. Everyone braced for disaster. But again, Knox's noble train survived. Barely after 40 days of nightmare winter travel, Knox rolled into Boston with all 60 tons of artillery intact. Washington positioned the guns on the high ground of Dorchester Heights. When the British woke up and saw those cannons aimed straight at them, they panicked, packed their bags, and evacuated Boston without a fight. Washington won. The revolution lived, and the victory belonged to the bookstore clerk who refused to quit. If forgotten legends like Henry Knox inspire you, you're in the right place. This is Hidden Hero Hub, where the giants history ignored finally rise again. Stick around. The next story is even wilder.